On with Mario Lopez.
What's up, y'all? Mario Lopez joining me now on Zoom. Grammy-winning superstar, one of my favorites. Love her. Kelly Clarkson. Welcome to the show, sweetie. How are you?
What's up? I'm good. I'm on. This is my off day, so I'm excited. You can't see what's happening below this blouse.
Wait a minute. What is happening?
I just mean like it's like PJ Central because
okay.
I'm running around my house like planning my son's party.
That's fun. That's awesome. Did you have a nice Easter, by the way? Did the kids? Did you do the egg hunt thing and all that?
Yeah, we did. I did the eggs and everything in our yard, and they went and searched for it, and they love it. And get little baskets and everything. They love it.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Well, congrats on the new singles. They've just dropped. Mine and Me. Was it hard to pick just one song?
Well, that's why we released two. We did Mine and Me because, there's 14 songs, but it's like a range of emotions, right? So it's a whole relationship, not just like the sad or angry part. Like There's also the beautiful, like sweet and sexy parts too in there. So it was just a really difficult thing to go, this is what this record is going to represent, with one song. Right. So we chose to release Mine and Me, a dual single release, which I've never done. And then, the other songs are not far behind. So
nice. Well, I heard Mine. Beautiful song, obviously coming from a personal space lyrically. How do you turn something like that into something you're going to be singing like night after night?
So all of these songs, the melody and lyrics came at the same time. Like, I think I wholeheartedly needed to get things out. And these songs were written like 2.5 to 3 years ago. So and most of them on an airplane at nighttime, like me handing off kids, and then going back to work, and then going to pick up kids and whatever. So it was a really hard time. So I think I wrote like everything at the same time, melody and lyrics, and it all just kind of came out. And it's like, and honestly, more of a need. Like it wasn't like a choice. It was like, I got to get this out, or I don't know if I'm going to make it. So there were so many songs. Obviously, I kept back the ones that were more therapeutic for me that would not be great to release since, you don't want to let everything out. So.
Sure. No, save something for yourself. Sure. I'm releasing the ones, the 14 that I thought were relatable, like not so poignant to like, or pointed rather to what I went through, but what many people possibly go through. No, absolutely. And Me, you co-wrote with Gail. What made you want to collab with her?
So randomly, that was a random thing that happened. So we're on the same label, and I was going back and forth with my label, and I was like, man, I'm just having a really hard time because I had so many songs, but I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to release mine, like not the song Mine, like my songs. I was just very nervous about it because it was one, I was really in it right then, and I just couldn't see the other side. Even though people tell you it's there, you can't see it at the time. So they were like, hey, well, we have this artist you love that you mentioned you love. Because I didn't know she was on their label. And I years ago was just like, oh, man, this girl is so cool. And they were like, she's on our label. I was like, I'd be interested with like working with her at some point. Well, she happened to start. She was like a verse and a chorus of Me. And she hadn't finished it or anything or done anything else. But she just kind of was working on it. And I was like, well, send me what it is. And I loved it. And then I ended up finishing the song. And it's like it's so weird to have a writer that we don't know each other. And we are very different in age, like different stages in life. But it's very weird to have someone write something that really helped inspire me to get things out that I was going through and like in a different way. Cause that's not the album. For the most part, it's just me writing the melody and lyrics. So, this was, one of the, I think there's only like 2 on the album, but anyway, this was one of the ones that I was like, oh, I feel this. And then it helped me get out the rest of it. So, and I love it. It's such a great song. She's such a great writer.
That's the beautiful thing about music too. It doesn't age and doesn't discriminate. And like you said, it's very relatable. A lot of people can obviously relate to what you've been through. The album Chemistry is dropping in June, and a lot's being said about the lyrical inspiration, but what are some of the musical influences on the album?
So I'd never made a record like this. Like there's even with like Mine, like I don't have a song like that, like in my catalog. Like I'd never really written like that. I mean, even I changed the tempo and the bridge. Like I've never done anything like that. Like
honestly, it was just whatever was coming out of me. Like, and in some instances, like the title track, Chemistry, it's literally one of my favorite songs I've ever been a part of writing. Like I'm so proud of it in the sense because I'm a big Jeff Buckley fan, but I've never ever gone near that. I love that music, but I just never gone anywhere near kind of that direction. So it was, that came out. You could tell that I'm a fan, like with that song and just all the harmonies, and it was very pretty and it's very sad, but it's like the vocally, it's just like a completely different place than anybody's heard me record, anything like that. So, and then there's other songs like I Hate Love that are like punk pop, like rock songs that are like, have Steve Martin on it playing banjo with us. So, fun. Which is incredible. So he said yes, and it was incredible. And that's awesome. You'll see when you hear the lyrics, you'll see why. I was like, will you play on this with me? I was like, because there's a point in the song of why. But and then there's other songs that are just straight up pop. So like Favorite Kind of High is like one of my favorite pop anthems I've ever been a part of writing, and it's more about the sexy part of like a relationship, that beginning part where you're just like, oh man, like it's just your favorite kind of high, right? Like that moment when you're just like like what all could be, and like, what all, what you feel when you, chemically when you're around that person, like all of that. So there's just, it's a little bit all over the map in the pop realm, but it's all pop music. But it's definitely got different flavors.
I can't wait to hear the whole thing. And you're right about that high. There's nothing like that. That time.
There's nothing like that, man.
It really isn't.
So
you want to bottle it up. I can't believe it's gonna be your 10th album.
Me neither. I didn't even know. I was doing a quiz the other day and totally lost.
What do you remember about the very first time you were in a recording studio?
Oh, that was with I think the first time I was like doing like for a record, that was a Babyface. They threw me in a room with freaking Babyface.
Wait, that's awesome. You can't get.
No, it's not awesome because I was terrified, and I am still this person that doesn't like. You'll see my name on the melody and lyrics on this album, but I was never in a room with anyone. Like I just wrote them myself and then got together and then the music. Like I am not that vulnerable person that can do that or plan to write on a certain day or anything. So
he's super nice, though. That's a great guy.
He is
super nice.
The greatest human ever. And we actually talked about this recently on my talk show because I had him on, and I was like, I was so terrified. Like I was like, this is the worst idea ever.
That's funny.
And I was like 20 years old just off of Idol, and like anyway, but it was really cool. We wrote Thankful together, actually, which is the title track to my first album. So anyway, it was an incredible experience in that sense. I probably went to the bathroom 10 times. Like I was so nervous. I was like, and that's where all my nervousness goes. So
that's funny.
Anyway, but it was a really cool experience in that sense.
My nervousness goes there too.
Oh my God. I'm like, oh God, get me out. And I don't get nervous often. So what's happening? We're pretty full on.
I love it. You're heading to Vegas for a new residency this summer. Yeah. Can't wait for that. Where's it going to be, by the way?
It's going to be at the Back Theater at Plain Hollywood.
Oh, nice. Great theater there.
Yeah. So, and I'm very excited about it because I needed time in the summer because I have a lot of jobs, but I wanted to do enough dates in a big enough place for everybody to be able to come. But I also wanted to be very kind of intimate, and it's very storyteller. It's a different kind of show than I've done perhaps before, but I'm excited about it.
I'm excited. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I can't
We're
wait.
going to play. Don't worry. Like all the fans are always like, you're going to play the hits, right? And I'm like, I'm going to play all the hits, but I'm also going to sprinkle in some of the new stuff too.
Yeah, of course. That's great. Yeah. That's great.
Maybe you guys can do some more jujitsu on stage together.
Oh my God. It's one of my favorite moments ever that they made like a gift.
Oh, did they?
We are very close.
They're very close. And I love it because I was telling Kelly to choke me, and she's like, my arms are too little.
People don't understand this. I'm a very short person, and I have really short arms. Like, anyway,
it was the cutest. I love that picture. I posted it. It is the best. It is the best. Well, I love you, and I cannot wait to see the show live in Vegas when you're there. Do you know the dates on that, by the way? Because I know they have different. When do you kick it off?
Yeah, I think it starts like the end of July 28th, and then we do like weekends and a couple Wednesdays until like August 20th, around there, 19th or something. Fantastic. So yeah, so it's between July 28th and August 19th, like on the weekends, and a couple Wednesdays. series. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I can't wait to be there. And meanwhile, listen to Mine and Me on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your music. Kelly, thanks so much for taking the time, sweetie.
Thanks, Mario.
And tell your son happy birthday for me.
I will. He's going to be Indiana Jones tonight.
Hey, there you go. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
On with Mario Lopez.